Aloha, welcome back to Aina Bear Farm. It's been a crazy couple of years. We we went from one of the driest years ever on record in this area, brush fires multiple times a week in the area, to one of the wettest 6-month periods we've ever had. We just recorded the most rainfall for the month of June ever recorded. So it's been really rainy, which is nice for the farm. It's kind of been a little difficult to get work done, but we're going to show you around today, just give some updates on what we've been doing, but also kind of commemorate, celebrate, document the fact that we've been building this food forest for 7 years now. And definitely can't show you everything, but going to try to hit some of the highlights. But if there's anything you have questions about or want to know more about or see more of, just let me know in the comments section, and try to make some supplemental videos on that. We're here in Zone 2, kind of the beginning of Zone 2, where it's primarily a very traditional food forest with lots of mixed multi-story, multi-canopy, different things going on. It's a fairly dense planting, although I've seen a lot denser. But right here, right off the bat, is our Satsuma tangerine. So loaded down this year that I had to put this little brace in. It was weighing everything all the way to the ground. Had to cull about half the fruit on the tree too. But been harvesting those and enjoying them. Got the feijoa down there. It's flowered but not fruited yet, so hopefully we'll see some fruit this year. Got a BUQ longan in the background that's becoming a nice sized tree, and it's got a pretty good crop coming in on it this year. The perennial peanut ground cover doing really well with all this rain, really spreading, making my life a little easier. See some cassava in the foreground there. Here we've got our jaboticaba. This is a pretty common variety here on the Big Island that just usually referred to as red jaboticaba. Minimal flowering, so I'm hopefully going to see a nice big flowering this year and some fruit off of that. Here we can see the bele, spinach, some Katura, coffee. All this is in the shade of this nice large monkey pod tree. Really kind of making a nice little shade ecosystem here. Okinawan spinach ground cover. There's some olena or turmeric hiding throughout. More jaboticaba. We have a lot of native plants mixed in with our food forest, and this is just a typical native red hibiscus. Some cacao hiding back there in the shade. Here's a kahaluu avocado. Just really happy, nice big size. Been in the ground here about six of the years we've been here. It's produced several crops. We had a crop hanging in the spring, but it dropped all the fruit for some reason, maybe too much rain, who knows. But putting on a nice new flush of growth, and hopefully we'll get another harvest soon because they are really, really good. Pan down here, you can see some of the puppies chomping on some grass, but right behind them is the blackberry jam fruit. It's really nice, pretty white star-shaped flowers. As we keep moving along, this was an area that had some sugar cane. It was just really getting in the way, so I cleared it out. The last video I did was about the massive abundance of biomass, and you can see one of my wood chip piles there from just all the stuff that we've been able to prune after all this rain. Nice big rambutan. A really nice spread canopy. No flowers yet, but hopefully getting there. We put in a new white mountain apple. We have one closer to the house, and it's so good. If you haven't had the white mountain apple, kind of try that. Just not as astringent as the red. The birds get a lot of them, so we're kind of trying to double down here, and maybe we'll get more fruit. You can also see how we kind of mix in some annuals, some okra, some pumpkin, whenever we have open sunny spaces like this. That's temporary until the mountain apple fills in. Nice 344 Mac nut in the background. Got some fruit on it. This is kind of funny. I put in sweet potatoes here when I first started to build out this food forest 6-7 years ago. I never did anything. I completely forgot it was there. I never saw any evidence of it. And now it has just taken off because of all the rain. So it was just sitting there hiding. Now making a pretty sweet ground cover, which is what I had intended, but I just couldn't get it to do much. Got some like little miracle fruit hiding in there. I keep having to go in and, remove some of the sweet potatoes so that it can peek through. One of the stranger plants. This is a Rollinia. Dropped all of its leaves. Again, it's done this before. First time it did it, I think, was due to drought, but now it seems to due to a pest. It was like kind of like an aphid type of leaf sucking insect. It's the only Rollinia I have that dropped all its leaves like this. All the other ones still have them. It did fruit for the first time this year, but the fruit wasn't very big, wasn't very good. So I don't know. We'll see. It's been a strange trip. I love Rollinia, so I keep it around, but so far I have not been really impressed with that particular tree. Black sapote, looking really big and majestic here, surrounded by a nice bed of perennial peanut, little comfrey there. It's fruited, and the fruit was delicious, but it hasn't been very productive. And this year, it flowered like crazy, and I really thought it was going to go off, and I can't really find any for sure fruit that's established. You can see a flower there. So hopefully we'll at least get a few. I love the fruit, but I just don't know how productive it's going to be here. A chacharu. It's getting really nice and big. Reaching up into the sun now. Gonna keep it clear. There's Gliricidia, ice cream bean. Try to keep this open so that it can get up into the light. But hopefully we'll get some fruit off of that soon. It's a fruit I've never actually tried. I've heard wonderful things about. I love mangosteen. It's a close relative. So I'm anticipating really enjoying it and just patiently waiting. Up here, the Envira Kaju is a rare Annona. I've shown a few times. It's gotten quite big. It's in a really nice spot here, very protected. Right next door is Kukui. It's a canoe plant brought by the first Hawaiians. Candle nut. It's very protected though, and looking really happy, but I still have not seen any flowers. There may be some up there. Sometimes with the Annonas, it's a little tricky to find them. But I haven't tried that fruit yet either, as it's an extremely rare one, so I'm kind of looking forward to that. Make our way along here. This is a lychee that I air layered off of what I believe was a Kaimana variety. It's pretty standard here. I don't know if this is a dwarf coconut or a full size. I found it on the side of the road next to what looked like dwarf coconuts, so we'll see. Just planted it from seed. In the background there, Zemon pink jackfruit, which last summer produced a nice crop of fruit that were absolutely delicious. I've had jackfruit before, but I have never had anything that tasted like this. So now I am a big jackfruit fan. Before I was kind of like, yeah, it's okay. But we had about 10 fruit on this last year, and I don't know, maybe I can use the word addiction, because just so delicious. It's like the perfect consistency, sweetness, complexity. Loved it. We have Acerola cherries coming on for the first time. Well, first round. We've had a couple of rounds of them, but this is the first year they've fruited. Let's put it that way. Out here in the clearing, we kind of leave zone 2 and head towards zone 3. Ulu breadfruit. This is Ma'afala. It's finally looking super happy and healthy, like some of the ones that I see down, Hilo, Puna area where they get plenty of rain. Ours is just kind of like, it's done okay, but it's never looked this beautiful, lush, tropical before. So I'm pretty stoked about that. And got the flowers coming now, so hopefully we'll get a nice fall crop of breadfruit. As we kind of head into zone 3, we've got this Tithonia wind barrier all throughout zone 3. It's a little bit more like agroforestry style. And we're going to want to be pruning that at some point and using it as chop and drop fuel. But right now, just trying to stay on zone 2, so have not gotten around to it. The ice cream beans out here have gotten quite large, producing nice dense shade and a lot of leaf litter in the understory, really suppressing grass growth and keeping me from having to do way too much maintenance. And these pathways are getting a little snug with all the plants, but I kind of like it like that. Some more belay. There's morong, relative of the jackfruit. That's looking good. I've seen some flowers, but no fruit yet, so hopefully we're getting closer to that as well. Then we get out a little bit further to what is kind of like a zone 3 expansion. So we've already got some of the Tithonia rose in there, some ice cream beans. This is Acacia confusa. So it's some different support plants, pigeon pea. But still haven't planted a lot of fruit trees in this area, just sort of waiting for the support trees to fill in a little better so we have some protection. And then we get into the very wild zone 4/5, 4-acre property. We pretty much have a proper zone 4 and 5. I'm making my way down. We're doing some cool stuff out here, trying to do some mostly native reforestation stuff, but using an agroforestry design implementation. And so here's a really good example of that. So what we did was an infestation succession type of thing with primarily pigeon pea. And so it's just like a wall of pigeon pea. So this before was just guinea grass, 7-8 foot high, completely overgrown. And we came in and cut about 100-foot long row, planted a double row of pigeon pea towards the outside, and then inside planted a variety of different support plants as well as natives. So like there's a Gliricidia hiding in there. Then we've got Koa. This is our native acacia, prized for lumber. Here next to that we've got seed-grown avocado, ice cream bean. There's a little purple leaf cassava poking through there. So it's fairly dense. There's a rain tree in there, jaboticaba, iliahi, that's our native sandalwood. We planted kukui, some more of the canoe plant in there by seed. Hasn't come up yet, but so hopefully we'll start to see some of those bigger canopy trees rising up over the pigeon pea, and then we will drop that pigeon pea down, use that as mulch, and then break ground on our next row. And so that's kind of how we're doing it, just row by row, coming in to try to reforest all of this. And then once we get a little more canopy, we'll let it be more of a wild zone 4 or 5 zone. And then that's the edge of our property where it just gets into cane grass on the other side of the fence there. So I'm also trying to like hold those invasives back. Like there's African tulip with the beautiful red flowers, but one of the most difficult plants to control here. It spreads like crazy. And we've got some giant bamboos back here that are just now starting to put up some of their bigger stalks. And then we planted some other, not giant, but different bamboos along that fence line as well. And so we'll kind of have a wall of bamboo back there protecting us in the future. And it's just a continuation of projects out here in Zone 4 or 5. This is kind of like more of a block style, but same idea, rows, pigeon pea. This one in the middle is a more newly planted. There's more newly planted down there. And we just come and mow in between them, mow the guinea grass, feed the system with the guinea grass. And as I make my way back up, we're kind of getting back more into Zone 3, more cultivated. A lot of these walls of Tithonia. So really incorporating a lot more agroforestry ideas in Zone 3, where we're trying to make the maintenance doable. Here's a little wee apple or June plum that's fairly new. So like here, we've got the pigeon peas, we've got jack bean coming in there. This is A'ali'i, native shrubby tree. We got some pumpkin. This is a rain tree. Some more jack bean. This is a seed-grown loquat. Native hibiscus, a white flower hibiscus. So we'll let this start to fill in. I've also planted kukui seeds in there as well. And we'll have like a nice solid line along this pathway. Like I said, I'm going to take down the Tithonia and at some point start getting more fruit tree seeds and seedlings in there. This is the 500 level mac nut. You can see some nice fruit clusters there. And made to grow more typically here at mid-level elevations, which we are not exactly. We're at 1,000 feet, which is still kind of fairly low. As I pan, you can see us above the ocean there. So yeah, as I pan across, you can see back towards Zone 2, just the incredible density, the lushness, all the rain, all the work to put this diverse group of plants in here. And yeah, so we'll take a quick trip back through here, kind of try to show you some of the other cool stuff that's going on. Malabar chestnut, getting some chestnuts off of these guys. This is seed-grown white sapote. Up here is purple kaimito, star apple, which is another tree that has really suffered without enough rain for years, and then now is just really starting to look happy and healthy finally. And just next door, here's a Rollinia that, like I said, looks a lot better. Not the same problem dropping its leaves, and it's 20 feet from the other one, so that's just how it goes sometimes. We've got around the corner here a Sapodilla, getting a little too shaded by this Tithonia, but this is one of the most scale-ridden trees I have ever dealt with. So, I don't know, I'm not big on like spraying and trying all kinds of magical potions and things, so my strategy is just to really try to feed the soil and get the plant as healthy as possible, and hopefully it will outgrow the scale. I've had the same problem with some other plants, and that strategy has worked about 80 to 90% of the time, but we'll just have to see. And I also have quite a few mangosteens growing in the shade. This one's putting on some nice new growth. Some of which are hopefully at about the size where you'd start expecting to see some flowering in the next year or two. They're notoriously long to flower, so I'm looking forward to that. We've been filling in gaps with a lot of plants that spread really easy. This is galangal, some relative of ginger that is used in a lot of like Thai cooking. Costus, spiral ginger, getting quite a few of these. Of course, ferns as much as we can. These are native kupu-kupu ferns in the understories. Nice shaded areas, some anthuriums. Add a little color there. So, just really trying to fill everything in. So number one, to stop weeds from coming back and grass from coming back, but just to beautify, to kind of complete the ecosystem. This is a shade-loving palm here that I can't quite remember the name of offhand. This section is kind of a good example of where we've had a lot of failures. And so you can see it's like way too open for zone 2. So what I've done recently is, this was all guinea grass. We have this row of Tithonia here. I've put in some more ice cream beans. They're kind of like my go-to because of all the support species, the nitrogen fixers. They just are the ones that readily take off. We're putting in the perennial peanut ground cover, of course. This is a coral tree that it's done okay. It's done better than all the other ones I planted, and just recently made beautiful flowers. Sorry I missed that on camera, but not the canopy that I was hoping for in this area. Chirimoya has really struggled here. This is the best one that I have, and it does not look great. So not sure if I'll keep it. I have gotten rid of a lot of the other ones. I think it's just it never gets cold enough for it here, and it just, I don't know, it's not consistent enough water. We'll see. Here's another example of how we make compost. This was, filled to the brim with a mixture of guinea grass, rabbit manure, food scraps, everything that I could think of to throw in there. And this one is getting closer to being finished. The Lolu palm, this is our only native palm, and it is a beauty. This one is starting to finally get kind of big. They're pretty slow growing. We just added mulberry, which I've kind of been hesitant to add here, but mostly because we don't really have like named varieties that I could find here. I'm sure somebody does, but yeah, if you know of anybody where I can find, something like the Pakistani or something like them, just interesting ones. But this one is just the planted Hawaii mulberry. But it is a great filler tree, hoping to get some cuttings off of this and propagate it just to, again, fill in some spaces. This is a relatively newly planted area of the perennial peanut or pumpkin there. Got Ras sapote, which I've never eaten, but sounds a little bit like like a sweet canistel, or like some people would describe it as like a butterscotch avocado. It was just kind of an interesting thing that made me think, okay, well, we'll give it a try. This is our most productive mango tree so far. It's a Mapulehu, and it's a beast of a grower. I mean, I have to constantly cut it back. Put on probably about 50 fruit this year, and nearly all of them split open from all of the rain we've had. When I say we've had a lot of rain, like since January, we've already gone over the 100-inch mark. Like we had 28 inches just in June. So yeah, too much rain for the mango fruit to be productive, but I'm sure, it'll bounce back, and then we'll get a sunny, dry period. This thing's going to fruit like crazy, and they are delicious mangoes. In the shade here is a new addition. It's a snake plant. I found this down at Garden Exchange in Hilo. Just a cool, interesting plant. I know that they need usually more than one plant to germinate and get the fruit off of. So I don't know, we may invest in some seeds in the future and plant a few more and see if we can get the male-female combo going. Figure that out. You can see another wood chip pile. Just biomass everywhere. Big pile of debris over there waiting to be chipped. Another big pile waiting to be chipped. And then down here is towards the bottom of our zone 2. We got a lot of shade. Nice beehive ginger next to this mame sapote. Huge fruit down there that has got to be getting ready soon. And a beautiful specimen tree. I'd like to get some seeds from that and plant more. Here we let ice cream bean get way too big. This is in my last video, so we've just been pruning and pruning and pruning, trying to get that sun in. There you are. Come on down, sun. We got this Meyer lemon here that is just way too much in the shade, but it's getting there. More bele, more costas, okra, pumpkin. This is a nice breadfruit. This is a Jamaican yellow heart. Looking really happy here. All right, this is our biggest Iliahi sandalwood. Had something funky going on. It looked like it was, not doing so good, and I was freaked out because it's a treasured plant, but now it's shooting out all kinds of new leaves. I don't know if maybe it just got too wet or what. Here we are with the alahe'e, another cool native plant. This is a coffee relative. This one is just super green and happy. Got a gruff lychee here. A different variety. And as we round out this way, head down to the bottom of zone 2. Wrap this long video up. I just wanted to kind of show you sour sops down here. And then this Annona salzmani, the beach sugar apple. It looks a little raggedy, but it's got a ton of flowers on it. I've had a lot of Annonas kind of do that, where they don't really look like they're doing all that great, but productive. And I still haven't tried that fruit, so looking forward to it. Another Malabar chestnut. Here we can see some of the nut pods on there. Looking like they're probably about to split open soon. So in my food forest videos, I don't talk about the agroforestry system because I kind of cover those in separate videos, but just to kind of give you like a quick little glance down there. Doing crazy. I mean, so much vegetation. I definitely need to get down there soon and prune the tithonia, mulch with it. Loquat, this is a golden nugget, grafted variety. Those are delicious. My white pineapples, second year in a row that I have not had a good crop. Last year I attributed to drought. This year I'm not really sure. First few years I had killer crops, nearly like 100% fruiting, and now it's like 10%. And this is a mature row. Like these should all be going off, and there's barely any. So I don't know if you're on the Big Island and you're having anything similar. Let me know. Just kind of curious what's going on with the pineapples. Another nice ulu or breadfruit is also putting on flowers. It's fruited multiple times, so we're looking forward to another good fruiting this year. Here we had put in a bamboo hedge 2 years ago. These were little saplings, and now we're probably about 2/3 of their full height anyways. Probably fill in widthwise a little more as well, but already doing a fantastic job of providing windbreak. And it's just 4 plants, but in the right spot, very strategic. And for example, this star fruit was completely defoliated on the wind receiving side and has completely bounced back since then and looks so much happier. So stoked about that. This is blue hedge bamboo, sometimes called Barbie. It's it's got like a blue hue to the new shoots when they come up. Dragon fruit, nothing special, just kind of red and white, but they're doing okay. They have really stopped growing for a while. They've kind of hit this topping out point and haven't done anything in, I don't know, I want to say 1 or 2 months. And like this white one did really well for a while, and then it's just been sitting there like that. So who knows? Plants do strange things like that sometimes. Finger lime. It's like probably my most neglected fruit tree because it's covered in thorns and it is so miserably unproductive. So you can see, like, I don't do anything. If ever it starts to produce, I don't know, maybe I'll take better care of it. Finally got a hold of Dioscorea alata, ube or uhi here in Hawaii. Says just put that in the ground, but we'll make a little teepee here to get those. That's the true yam. And so we're looking forward to a yam root crop there. And we'll kind of finish things out here. We've got another mac nut tree. Looking super happy as we head back up to where we started. Another chacharu. This is hoava, this native understory plant. Abiyu, covered in flowers. Again, this tree fruits pretty consistently, pretty well for us. And I didn't like the fruit at first, but it's improved in quality every year. So if you have one of these and you're not impressed, try to hang on to it for a few years as long as you have the space, because it will get better. And lots of avapuhi or shampoo ginger in the shade all around. You can see all the shampoo pods there ready to be used. Chinese tea bush here. Mamaki, our native tea, is delicious. Nice groomy trauma in the shade of a big ice cream bean. No fruit yet, but it has flowered, so hopefully we'll see fruit soon. As we make our way back up, you know, there's bananas everywhere, lots of different types of bananas. So this video has gone on for a long time. I tried to keep it short, but you know, there's a lot going on. We appreciate you watching. If you have any questions or comments, throw it in the comments section, and then we'll see you back here soon at Aina Bear Farm. Aloha.